What's up, guys? We're gonna review the new Milwaukee
What did he say?
M12 compact 18 gauge brad nailer. They just came out with it. I got this combo from Home Depot for $288, I think. It came with the battery and the tool. I went with that. You could just get the bare tool alone for $228, but as you can tell, I've been a DeWALT person my whole life, and I have no Milwaukee batteries or anything, so I needed this set. So I have been using this DeWALT XR 18 gauge brad nailer, and it works pretty good. There's a couple of things that I really don't like about it, and that's what's prompted me to try out the new compact Milwaukee brad nailer. The three main things I don't like about it are these little tabs that go on the top. They're hard to get off, but for some reason I lose them like no tomorrow, and I can never find them. And that's the second reason I don't like it, is the wind up. The wind up just from touching it for 2 seconds is super long, it's super loud, and it's just a little annoying. I also find it drains these batteries like no tomorrow. The last reason, or the third reason I don't like it, is once you get down to about 6 or 7 of these brad nails, it won't shoot anymore because it thinks that the cartridge is empty, which is fine, but you can only fit one other new strip of brad nails in this. It just can be annoying when you can't use all of the brad nails that's left. The last thing is, this weighs just over 6 pounds with the 2 amp battery in it, and it's not too bad. I can use it all day long with no problem, but it is a little heavy, it's a little bulky. I mean, just standing next to the box of this new compact Milwaukee, it wouldn't even fit in this box, and so it can be a little hard to get in those tight places. So that's why I'm excited to try out this new Milwaukee. I guess we can start by opening up the battery pack, because I'm gonna have to pop it on the charger. Okay, we can get this charging. And as this is charging, you can take a look in this new box. In the box, all we've got is the tool, the owner's manual, and all that stuff you never look at. But already you can tell the size difference is pretty big. It's a lot smaller, a lot lighter, and I guess we can wait for this battery to charge and then we'll test it out. It does have the same modes as the DeWALT, with the multi-nail shoot where you push down and shoot multiple nails, or just single nails. And it's just a little button right there, if you can see that. This DeWALT does the same thing. This is the pneumatic DeWALT 18 gauge brad nailer that I just picked up from Facebook Marketplace, so it's been used. I haven't tried it out at all, but I got a pretty good deal on it, so I just picked it up just to try it and compare all three and see which we like the best. So just a couple more things I'm looking at just as I've taken it out of the packages. It's got the nice belt holder, just like this DeWALT does. I use the belt holder all the time as I'm working and moving along. There's also multiple different little tips for the top, just like the DeWALT has. There's the wide base and the narrow base. These ones, they do look a lot more sturdy than the DeWALT, which I'm already happy about, because like I said, these things just fall off like crazy. They've got these quick release options for if you get a jam. The DeWALT one I've had quite a few jams on. Nothing that has been too hard to get out, but it does jam from time to time, and it's pretty easy to get out. It looks like this Milwaukee will do about the same if that happens. You've got the depth adjuster to make it deeper, or if you want it to be less forceful and more shallow based on what kind of material you're nailing into. Both of these can support 5/8 to 1.5 inch brad nails. Actually might be 2 inch. Yeah, this one, it goes from 5/8 to 2 1/8. So this one you can get a little bit of a bigger brad nail in, but I always use the 1 inch brad nails in the projects that I'm doing, so I'm not really concerned about that part of it too much. This one, it does have that same adjuster right here. You can see how much smaller the Milwaukee compact brad nailer is compared to the DeWALT. It is a lot lighter too, but just that size, it's probably 2/3 of the size of the DeWALT, so I think that will be pretty handy in the future. So this is what I've been using to make these planters. I just put some glue down, and I take my 18 gauge brad nailer, just throw them in there, and it works pretty good. There's some little marks from that little rubber piece. You can really hear how loud it is and all that wind up. Okay, so we've got a full charge now, and as you can see, I had to look at that thing that nobody ever looks at because I could not figure out how to turn this thing on. And if you just put the battery in, it does nothing. But if you push and hold this button for 2 to 3 seconds, it powers on. It's green. It's got this little light here saying that we're on the single fire mode. We can hold and change it to the continuous fire mode, and we should be ready to go. Okay, we should be ready to go for the first nail. You can already hear just that one quick fire. There's not that continuous wind up. There's not even those imprints from the cleats. We got this nice little tiny one. So far, that worked out pretty good. Just sending those things in there. We can adjust this, make it a little looser, and that makes it go a little bit less deep. Probably want it a lot less deeper actually. That's pretty good. Switch it to that continuous fire mode now just to test it out. It's pretty much the same, but allows for a little bit faster firing with that. So this is another area where I wanted to try the Milwaukee Compact, because it can be a little difficult getting in these tight spaces with the DeWALT. And this one's getting in there no problem with the DeWALT. Sometimes I struggle with getting the right angle because the front is just so much bigger. So with this one, it's a lot bigger on the front, and you can still get in there. But you see how I struggled right there. It's just this safety thing wasn't allowing me to shoot it for whatever reason. I thought it wasn't on the wood. See, it still won't do it. Just that weird angle in the tight space. And you can see how hard it was to get that thing to trigger. I don't even know why it's not triggering. I can't even get it to go. Oh, that's fine.
Numbnut.
Okay, now that we solved that problem. Okay, now it's working pretty good. So that didn't work too bad. It did leave more marks, and it was a little bit harder to get in there than the Milwaukee. The other thing that I like to do with my brad nails is I put one facing down and the other facing up, just to get it a little more secure. And it can be really hard to maneuver the DeWALT when I'm trying to get that done, but this one just goes in like no problem. So this is another challenging area, working on these planters once I get this second panel on with the DeWALT, but looks like I gotta increase that strength a little. I could really get in there nice and easy with the Milwaukee. And it's got that nice clean fire. Now we'll go to the other side with the DeWALT just to see, compare. So that worked pretty fine, but it did have the wind up. So that was pretty good test of the new Milwaukee Compact 18 gauge brad nailer. I think it worked really well. It kind of excels over the DeWALT in kind of all the areas that I really needed it to. This tip just does so much better compared to the DeWALT. This DeWALT tip is so annoying, and I even had to buy this pack of 10 tips on Amazon. They were only like 10 or 15 bucks, but still, I can just know I'm gonna lose them all the time. But just look at that size difference. That's really the key difference between these two machines. Is this one's so much smaller, it's so much lighter. It's about 1.5 pounds lighter than the DeWALT, and I think for long-term use, this is the clear winner. And it's got these nice LED lights. It does too have this LED light right in the front. So does the DeWALT, but they're two pretty similar machines. I think if you're gonna buy one or the other, this new is $350 just for the tool, and this just for the tool is, I think, $228 on sale at Home Depot right now. And with the battery, like I said earlier, it's $288. And so you can get the battery and the tool for cheaper than just the tool for DeWALT. So that's another big thing, is even if you're like me and you have all these DeWALT tools and you've always used DeWALT all your life, you can get this for cheaper. It's lighter. It's probably more versatile. It's gonna do all the same things that DeWALT does without that annoying wind up. So I think I'll be keeping this. So if you're wondering why I didn't test this one out and compare it, it's because like I said, picked this up on Facebook Marketplace the other day, and I thought this was the newer FlexVolt cordless compressor, and it's the only compressor I have, but it's the older version, which this battery, it doesn't accept the new XR batteries, it only accepts the old FlexVolt 60 volt batteries. So I'm gonna have to find some of those if I want to be able to test out the pneumatic, but maybe that'll be another video at a different time. So here's just a finished product view of the planters that I make. I sell these for about $100. And I use just that wood glue, brad nails, and sometimes I use the bigger finish nails on the legs just to make them a little bit more sturdy.